Hey guys, it's me Crystal from Marching North, and today I'm going to show you how to make this Macrame Wristlet Keychain. The supply list for this tutorial is in the description below. We're going to attach the two cords to the keychain ring using lark's head knots, but we need the center cords to be shorter than the outer cords. So what we're going to do is measure 14 inches from the end of one of the cords, and that's where you're going to fold it in half for your lark's head knot, instead of folding it evenly with both sides the same length. This one I'm attaching on the left side, and I'm just making sure that the short cord is going to be towards the middle, and then whenever we go to attach the one on the right, it's going to be the opposite. Here I'm measuring 14 inches from the end of the other cord, and I'm repeating the same process, just flipping it around. My right center cord is a little bit longer than my left one, so I adjusted it by loosening the top of the left lark's head knot and then just pulling on that center cord until it was about the same. So now we're going to tie our first square knot, and we need to leave a couple inches of space for where we're going to tie our wrapping knot later. So just eyeball it and leave about 2 to 3 inches of space, and then we're going to tie our first square knot. If you're new to macrame and don't know the basic knots yet, be sure to check out my Basic Macrame Knots for Beginners tutorial. Continue tying square knots all the way down, leaving a few inches at the end where you can tie your wrapping knot. As for how many square knots to tie, it kind of varies. I tied 21 for mine and it fits on my hand perfectly, but it's a little bit too small for my husband. So if you were making it for someone with a little bit of a larger hand, I would definitely tie a few more square knots and then test fit it around to see if it works before you go and tie your wrapping knot. Here's how it'll look once you get all your knots completed. Before we fold it in half and tie our wrapping knot, we're going to add a little bit of fabric glue just to hold it together extra secure. This is my washable fabric glue, and just put some right here at the top where the cords are going to meet together, and be pretty generous. Fold the keychain in half and line up the two top square knots and just press the loose cords down onto the glue and try to line them up as best you can, but it doesn't have to be perfect because we're going to tie the wrapping knot and it'll all be hidden. I decided to open it up and add a little bit more glue because it just seemed like it all absorbed into the cord, so you might want to do that as well. Now we're going to tie the wrapping knot. So to do that, you just grab your cord and you're going to hold it in a U shape like this with one short end on the left and the long end on the right. And then you're just going to hold that against the area where you want to tie the wrapping knot, like this. So hold the U-shaped part of the rope to the keychain with your thumb, and then you're going to wrap the cord around really snugly. Make sure the wraps don't overlap with each other, and then just keep wrapping until the space is filled in. I did 7 wraps with mine, but yours might be different. Once you finish wrapping, you need to thread the end of your wrapping cord through the loop hanging out the bottom. So just pull it through, and then what you're going to do is grab the string hanging at the top, and you're going to pull on that really firmly, and the goal here is to pull that loop with the cord in it up to the middle of the wraps. So you don't want to pull it too far and have it come out the top, but you don't want to leave it too shallow either. If you pull it up to where it's right about in the middle, it'll be nice and secure. So now our wrap knot is complete, so we just need to trim off the excess cord. So just cut it even with where it's sticking out of the base there. I'm actually going to trim a little bit more off of that part in a minute, but then trim the top cord, and then you can also go ahead and trim the long cords hanging out the top of your keychain from the square knots. Now your wristlet keychain is complete. Here you can see my loop ended up being about 4.5 inches long, so if you wanted it to be a little bit longer, just add a few more square knots. If you enjoyed this tutorial, please leave a like, and be sure to subscribe to my channel for more crafty tutorials and DIYs. Thanks for watching!